an incredible mentor, an excellent trainer, and respected by all our peers. One thing you ought to know about this person, he has a heart of gold. He is a loving and caring person, a person that you can trust and depend on. His name is Greg Dieker, a very successful entrepreneur and a leadership freak. So, can you hear me?
Kai, thank you very much for the invitation to be on this tonight. I'm honored to be part of this launch, and I'm so happy for you.
Thank you for honoring my invitation to be one of my special guests tonight, Greg. You've always been dear to me. This means so much to me. I have a question for you if you're ready. This is about the chapter 11 of my book, which is You Are the Author of Your Own Life. So why don't you give us your wisdom on how important for us to create our own destiny and find greatness within?
Well, thank you, Kai. When you gave me this topic to talk about, I gave it some thought, and I really kind of thought about your book covers well the subject of why. The bottom line is we should all have a huge desire to write our own life, to write our own story, to create our own destiny. We should all have that. It should be something that's ingrained in you. And if it's not ingrained in you, look for that. Look for in the depths of your soul to find out where that is. And whether that's by being a God-driven individual, or whether that's being a family-driven individual, or whatever it is, find what that thing is in your soul that drives you. And that will teach you that you want to write your own life. You want to create your own destiny. I thought tonight what I would do instead is share a little bit about what I think the steps are. What are the, for lack of a better term, how do you do it? What are the bullet points? What are the steps that Kai had to take in order for her to leave the Philippines, make that decision, and transform her life into a great life, and culminating at this stage, just at this stage in the launch of her book. So if you'll allow me, I'm going to take a left-hand turn here, and let's talk about how you do it, because I think that's the best value I can give to anybody tonight is how you do that. And so first thing that you've got to do, if you want to be that lion, have that lion at heart, if you want to be that person, you've got to have a champion's mindset. If you don't have a champion's mindset, it's going to be very difficult for you to accomplish anything in life. Champions do not think they are good. They know they are good. They know they are the best. They know that they're capable of accomplishing anything, that they're unbeatable. They don't think it's possible. They know it's possible. That's the kind of mindset you have to walk into it. If you're saying, well, I think I can do it, that's the wrong mindset. You've got to know that you can do it. And that's the very first step you have to take. That's why champions always use a goal as a starting point. They've got to have a goal. What am I going to do next? Her goal at 25 was to provide Nico with a better life, get out of the Philippines, come to the United States. I mean, she had all these things laid out. And the bottom line is, but she had a goal. That's how she got started with that. Remember that you're going to have obstacles to your goals. But also remember, obstacles quite often are just a test. They're a test to find out how bad do you want it. I can guarantee you, as you read the book, you're going to read about the obstacles she faced in making these monstrous changes in her life, but she worked through them. She went around them. She rethought her processes. And why? Because she had a goal and she wasn't going to give up on it. So goals or obstacles aren't always there to stop you. They're there to challenge you. Find out just how bad you really want it. A champion is not someone who takes small steps, then goes, oh no, I might fail, I better be careful. A champion is someone who takes big, bold steps. They're not worried about failing. Their only goal is to succeed, and they believe that every step they take is going to take them to succeed. Now, are they going to be perfect on every step? No. So what happens is when they don't get what they want, they take a step back, they reevaluate, they see what went well, what didn't go well, they adjust, and then they take another giant step forward. And that's how a champion keeps themselves moving forward when they fall short. If you think you're pretty good at something or you're okay at something, guess what? You're not a champion yet. You will be if you go to work at it, but you've got to be willing to do some of these basic things. It seems today that there's a lot of people out there in the world that think champions were overnight successes. Maybe they got it because they were lucky. Maybe they got it because they were gifted of some way or another. And what people don't understand is that isn't what makes champions. Champions all pay a price. Many of them pay a very high price that we never see. Because what you have to understand is more times than not, what we look at and think maybe of as an overnight success actually took years or decades of hard work to get there. And that's what you've got to be willing to have the mindset to push yourself through when the obstacles come. Next, you got to be all in or all out. You don't get to touch your toe in the water and dip it in and say, well, maybe. It doesn't work like that. You're all in, you're all out. There is no halfway. If you're going to do this, champions jump into the deep end. And they jump into the deep end sometimes without even thinking about it because they know they've got to be in the deep end if they're going to make it work. So champions jump in the deep end and they just start paddling and they keep going. They don't let the water slow them down. Champions start out with that goal by writing it down. A dream written down with a date becomes a goal. A goal broken down into steps becomes a plan backed by action becomes reality. I will guarantee you Kai made a plan and she wrote it down. She said, here is when I want to leave the Philippines. Here is what I know I need to do. She made a list and said, I've got to do this before I do this, before I do this, and took it right down the line. You've got to write it down. Any kind of dream or goal that you don't write down is just that. It's a dream. It's not real. Write it down. Psychologists will tell you there's a direct connection between the handwriting and the brain and instilling things in your consciousness. Write it down. It's got to do that. The best thing you can ever do for yourself in the process is believe in you. Believe in you when no one else does. Champions always believe in themselves, no matter what the other individual says. A champion has rock solid belief in what they are capable of doing. Don't ever let someone who gave up on their dreams try to talk you out of yours. Trust me when I tell you there are people out there who are going to try to do that. I guarantee you there are people who tried to talk Kai out of coming to the United States. And she came anyway. Why? Because she had a dream, she had a goal, she knew what she wanted, and she wasn't willing to quit in the process of doing that. Sometimes people are even going to make those personal attacks. I love a quote that comes from Margaret Thatcher. She's been quoted as saying, I always cheer up immensely if an attack is particularly personal, because I think, well, if they're attacking me personally, it means they don't have a single sound argument left. And that's usually the truth. So when they attack you personally, just let it go. Just let it go. It doesn't do you any good to respond to it. Just let it go. Shut down the drama in your life. It's incredibly important if you want to be a success. It's terribly unhealthy. Arguing and fighting creates dis-ease within the body in so many different ways. So take as much drama out of your life as you possibly can. Stay away from negative, selfish, energy-draining relationships and people that do not honor you, or even worse, use you, abuse you, and take advantage of your kindness. There's a lot of very kind people out in the world like Kai, and I'm sure there's people who've tried to take advantage of her. It happens to everyone that's like that because we feel like we need to be helpful. We want to be helpful and kind for others. Don't let people take advantage of you. Don't attempt to change others. Let me tell you what, we got enough work to do in ourselves, myself included. We have enough work to do in ourselves. Do not worry about changing others. Number one, you can't do it. And number two, it's brutally hard on you. It will wear you out until you find out I can't change that other individual. Develop relationships for both parties that will grow both of you. Create an atmosphere of mutual respect, love, and appreciation. Free yourself from all the bad things that other people bring into your world and just create a world of peace for yourself, whatever you have to do that. I loved it when Dondi was mentioning Jim Rohn and the average of 5 people you spend the most time with. It's one of my favorite quotes as well, and it's something I tell people you have to pay attention to if you're going to be a success in life, if you're going to be able to write your own chapters, because you're going to have to evaluate those 5 people. And this will be the best advice I give you all night. Evaluate the 5 people you spend the most time with right now and decide who is helping you get to your destiny, who is helping you get to your dream, and who is not. The ones that aren't, dump them from your circle of 5 and go find somebody else that is. Create a circle of friends around you, a circle of people that will lift you up, a circle of people that want for you what you want, not want for you what they want for you, but what you want They want it for you, and they're going to lift you up, and they're going to help you get to that. Trust me when I tell you this, if you dump those people that aren't supporting you, you'll thank me later for that. Invest in yourself. Your self-worth can only grow as much as you feed your self-worth. So whether it's books, it's videos, it's live training, whatever it is, invest in yourself to make you a better person. Remember to never sacrifice your personal class to get even with someone who has treated you badly or has no class. Let them have the gutter. You take the high road at all times. Because at the end of the day, stats don't matter. Grit matters, desire matters, and vision matters. Have a vision for your future that is so big of a vision that you get uncomfortable telling small-minded people about it. Because you know you can tell them, but you can't understand it for them. And they probably can't understand it for themselves. But have that huge vision. You've got to have a monster vision for yourself in order for you to carry your dreams forward. You're going to have a very limited vision from your couch. Get off the couch. Act boldly, act courageously, and never quit. Remember, it's results over time, not overnight. You likely already know what it feels like to give up. We've all done it at some time or another in our life for one reason or another. How about we find out what it feels like not to give up? How about we find out what it feels like to just never quit? Trust me when I tell you the feeling is a whole nother game. You want what you've never had? Then create your own destiny with a written plan, determination, guts, bold action. Invest in yourself, take the high road, have grit, have a huge vision, and get off the damn couch. You want what you've never had? Do what you've never done. No one who ever gave their best regretted it later. Kai has given her best to this book to date, and this is just the start of where she's headed. My dear, thank you very much. You've honored me by having me here today. I appreciate you so much. God bless you.
Wow, Greg, that was a powerful, powerful mentorship, and I am not surprised. Like Greg said, what are you championing? You must be championing a certain cause, and it's got to be non-negotiable. Because in life, you've got to be all in, because there's nothing in between. Well, it's an honor, Greg, to actually be here with me right now in my best moment. This is a monumental moment for me, and what a great, incredible guest that I have right now with you, Dondi, Jackie. I would like to leave these words to all the viewers that if you truly want to be successful, whether in life or in business, you need to get rid of these 3 words in your vocabularies. Number 1, obstacles. Number 2, excuses. Number 3, detractors. How and why? Number 1, obstacles. In every obstacle in life, there is a solution. Find a solution. When it's fixed, get over it and move on. Then plug back into your mission and vision, and then relaunch your life or your business, but stay laser focused. That's what I did in my life. Then next, excuses. Stop being lazy. Stop procrastinating. You are hurting no one but yourself. Make a choice. Make a decision. And once you do, 100% consistent execution or action is needed. Third, detractors. Everybody knows that you can't please everyone, right? That is a given. Some people will do everything to find something wrong with you. So you only get hurt when you allow people to hurt you. Make them invisible in your life. Go past them, away from them. If you pay attention and listen to their lies, it will weaken you and you will fail. Why make them win? That is my parting words for you guys. And I just wanted to share with you that if ever you wish to support the sale of my book, 10% of the proceeds will be allocated to St. Rita Orphanage, Manila, Philippines, and Priesthood Mission of Diocese of Tanzania. I want you to share this with your friends because I believe that I have poured out my heart in this book. I have bared it all, and you will see how I flourished in life with little to no resources. It only takes one to create a movement. Take the lead. Let it begin with you. Find a good reason to fight for something. Champion your cause. If I can do it, you too can. Cheers, everyone. Happy Lion at Heart.